What's going on, people? CP3 in the building. Week 10. Bad loss. Overtime 34-31. Saints find a way to win. Redskins find a way to lose. This is a tough one right here. This was a game that should have been won by the Redskins. Gave them the recipe. Jay got away from it a little bit in the second half. Even with the injuries to Thompson and with the other injuries. You know, it was crazy that Jay, decided to go with the passing on that overtime drive. You get the ball first. You score a touchdown. Game over. Other team don't get the ball. So the running game has been effective. Even though they had the breakdown, with the penalty at the end with Perrine running and yada, yada, yada. Why won't you come out throwing the ball, trying to protect the ball and put time of possession? I got put on my page. He blinked on that one. He called a pretty, almost, I ain't going to say perfect, but he called a pretty damn good game. But when the pressure got to him, he folded by making the decision to pass the ball. Especially, I hear you, Coach, you talking about on the play on when they were in field goal range and Kirk got the intentional grounding. I don't understand that play call either. Troy, he made a good point, even though at the end of the game they was all over New Orleans after the Redskins outplayed them the whole game. But they was all patting Sean Payton on the back and all of that good stuff, which is cool. We get it all the time until the Redskins finish the game. That's what we're going to hear. But that play call just didn't make any sense to me. Why would you go away from the run? You had 31 seconds. You're on a 34. You're in position to win the game. Why run? Why pass? Your kicker last week hit a 53-yarder. You're in his range. Run the ball up the middle. Spike the ball. Bring the kicker in. Let him earn his paycheck. Last week, he went for it on 4th and 6 when he should have took the field goal. This week, he decides to pass the ball when he should be lining up for a run to kick the field goal. These little things cost the teams victories. Folks are going to complain about the defense. That's cool. But they had a 15-point lead. Even with New Orleans scoring. If the offense came out and put 3 fucking points on the board, that changed the whole complexion of the game. So we can all look at what happened to the defense at the end, but you got to look at what led up to that. What led up to that was Jay screwing the pooch with an 8-point lead, and all he has to do is run the clock out. He did it beautifully in the second quarter. Beautifully in the third quarter. But when it's time for it to go, crucial time, he makes a bad decision by trying to outthink somebody instead of going with what's working. Now, the players play, the coaches coach. I understand that. But the fact of the matter is, the rookie was being effective, running the ball. The team got the momentum back by running the ball. And with the game on the line, you want to pass. This is why I say his ego and his cockiness gets us in trouble as a team. Because any other coach would have kept running the ball in a crucial situation like that. Wants to pass no matter what. Kendrick, I can't say that we fell apart. We had some situations. First of all, the interception by Fuller, that hands to the face. I see it, but it had nothing to do with the play. Nothing at all. But they still called it. It's the NFL. They call penalties.
I disagree, Carol.
Who dat?
I disagree. That penalty definitely had he moved him out of position, and he swooped in and got the interception right afterwards.
The call was illegal hands to the face. He caught his face mask. His little pinky did not force him to move a yard off the ball.
It's a good call. Who dat?
But if you're going to call that play, you got to call the play in the first half on Josh Doxson when the cornerback was hand fighting with him in the end zone. That's all I ask for.
Well, if you want to make, if you want to make the playoffs, you got to learn how to close game. That's why
call it. Be consistent with it. So when if you're going to have the same thing, if you're going to call a ticky-tack foul at a crucial time of the game of a hand to the face, then you need to call that foul when it's hand fighting, when it's beyond 5 yards, it's illegal contact. That's my only issue. If you're going to let them play, but don't decide to call certain plays or certain fouls at certain times. If you're going to call it at a crucial time in the game, you got to call it in the first half too, because those first half calls affects the end of the game. If that would have been a first down, touchdown, score would have been different. Who says would have played out like that? That's my only thing. I'm not going to blame the refs, but their calls have an impact on the game, and it trickles down from a missed call from the play when Ryan Kerrigan was clearly held. They didn't call the incomplete pass, and the Saints went for it on fourth, but they got the offsides. Now, if they would have got that first down, that would have been a travesty of justice for them to get that first down when it was a hold that they didn't call.
I know. I don't disagree with the call, but I understand what you're saying in the consistency of the calls. I think a lot of calls definitely went our way throughout the game. I'm not going to blame the officials for this one. I think that we had enough, of a chance. We just had to make some plays down the stretch, and we didn't. And I give a lot of credit to the Saints. It's their biggest comeback they've ever had in their history. Some credit has to be given to them as well. So
I give them credit. Truly, I do. But it's just frustrating to see how, as we spoke about before, we don't get those luck calls. We got some benefit of the calls today. They actually called and stuff. When Kurt slid, they called it. I didn't think they were going to call it, but they did. And we should not applaud them for calling the plays that they should call. That's their job. It's those plays that are the questionable ones that the Redskins never get the benefit of the doubt, where they give the other team the benefit of the doubt. That's what I'm saying about that play. They gave him the benefit about that his pinky moved him enough to cause interception, but that hand fight 10 yards.
That was a clear penalty.
That's my only thing that is the consistency about it. But let me get to some of these comments, because I know I got to get back to work. I got to go all day. Robin says the Redskins deserve to walk home. Two buddies said they're appalled. Daniel Evans said fire Jay, but also Bruce. Said that the whole team lost the game, period. We should have won. Sick of this shit every week. I mean, any given Sunday, that's what happens. The game was going our way, just like last week of the second half. An unfortunate turn. The momentum swung. This week we had a chance to brush that off. Unfortunately, Jay blinked on that final drive. Went 3 passes. We punted. New Orleans did what you're supposed to fucking do. Run the ball. And they got in field goal range. And they kicked the ball. We had a chance to do that in the fourth. Jay wants to pass the fucking ball when we're already in field goal range. That's the difference in this game. Coaching, as I've said over and over again, coaching can either put you over the top or hold you back. Point blank. You saw what Sean Payton did that last drive of overtime, and you saw what Jay did. 3 passes and out. Sean Payton fed the bar to his damn running backs. Case closed. You can blame the team. You can blame the defense. You can blame all of that. At the end of the day, the coach screwed the pooch once again.
Yeah, we also used the timeout on the challenge, where if we had a second timeout, it may have been helpful.
I don't know what the hell he thought he saw that challenge. If somebody told him upstairs, they need to be walking home too, because I don't know what he thought he saw in that play, and you wasted timeout. So it was a double whammy and a stupid play. I don't even know what that was that he saw. But let me get to some more of the comments. He said, Daniel's still talking about Bruce should go. I'm going to say this again. I said it before. Y'all always clown the winning off the field mantra, whatever. We got players that's getting picked up by other teams and starting. We was getting people cut that was going to serve french fries at McDonald's. So, yeah, we are winning off the field because our franchise is in a better place. If you got a problem with what's going on, stay on the bandwagon and get off. If you can't take a step back and look at what the franchise is doing, looking at we have a foundation now, building forward that we're not getting blown out by a team that was on a 7-game winning streak in a hostile environment like we did against Philly and when we screwed the pooch on Monday Night Football when Michael Vick embarrassed the whole team. But no, we have a tough game that goes down to overtime, and then it comes down to a adversity, and all of a sudden fire this person, fire that person. I'm tired of it. It's a game of inches. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. That's football. This isn't Madden. You don't push a button and the player does what you're supposed to do. These are athletes that are working out there, playing hard, and they're going to make mistakes. You make mistakes when you burn them fries at McDonald's, when you don't flip that burger over on time. People make mistakes when they're doing things, and we got people filling in. We got backups to backups out there, and they still stepping up. But to expect perfection and expect everything to go your way, that's not life. That's not football. That's not realistic. So come on, people. Y'all need to slap yourselves in the face sometime and get out your emotions, because y'all gotta get it together, man.
Yeah. I agree. Real quickly, I just wanted to give a shout out to the Wizards. Without John Wall, they're losing by 5, 60-55 in a live game in Toronto. They're saving John Wall for tomorrow's game. I know that we'll definitely cover the Wizards and the Caps, who they got a big win last night. So, this game was a lot closer than you or I thought it was going to be. I mean, you thought the Redskins could, come out and hold Drew Brees, and in some ways we did. There was a lot of yardage in this game both ways.
Good game. It was a good battle.
I think it was probably the best game of the season, not for any of the games. I mean, there's an argument to be made. I thought it was a great game.
Offense played well. Defense played well. Special teams still. They got the they got the fake punt, so we got to pat them on the back for that. But they still haven't taken it. It's like they're taking a step back this year. Last year, I thought they took a step forward. It's like they took 2 steps back this year. We got more comments coming in. Okay, we still got some time. Sean says bipolar play calling. That's probably a perfect description of Jay's play calling. One thing is cool, the next thing you know, he'll switch up for no reason at all. James said football is fixed for them to lose. Come on now. I can't go there. I ain't even going to go there. Mike said the Saints can close games. Skins can't. All right, well, if they go to the playoffs, cool. Hopefully they don't choke like the Cowboys and win 13-3 and choke. So you can go get chested out. That's cool. You can tag me and post during the game. That's cool. But you was biting your nails to the end of the game, and you made the comment last week that we want to get blown out and there wouldn't be no chance for the Skins. But you was over there sweating. You had to change your drawers and go put some Band-Aids on your fingernails because you bit them down to the nub. So don't even act like you knew it all the time, Mike. Cut it out. Don't even get too cocky over there. Let's see. Chris says, where's the defense that played against Seattle and Oakland? Most of them are hurt. We're trying to get them back healthy. You got people coming in, and I don't know what the hell D. Hall was doing today. He was out of position on several plays, and I don't know. I don't know. I think it's time for him to do more coaching and playing, in my opinion. Hey, Coach, I'm cool, man. It's just I hear this a lot from fans, and I try to explain that it's not just that cut and dry stuff that goes into it. So it's just my passion coming out, man. I'm not getting mad. It's just I'm trying to explain, and I hear the same thing from fans. And then it's worse when you get the mainstream media piping that same stuff. And you got folks coming at me with stuff they hear from Chad Dukes or the Junkies. Y'all know how I feel about them. I don't even like to mention their name. Let's see. Perez, my cousin said, who gets credit for the building the foundation? I give it to Bruce and Scott. Unfortunately, Scott not here, but it started before Scott got here. Scott got here the second year of Bruce. Bruce started things. He had the salary cap stuff to deal with. We were in the hole. He fixed that. They bought on Scott. He learned from Scott his playbook, learned how to draft. He might have used his playbook this year, but damn it, it worked. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's see. Daniel said it was closer than he thought it was. I told y'all Monday night it was going to be a close game, and I was hoping the Redskins would pull it out. But unfortunately, they didn't. But it's cool. John says, I'll coach in the fourth quarter. Yeah, again, this is a constant thing, unfortunately, with Jay. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I wrote about it. I've talked about it. I've even had asked Diane Cheeseborough, who's at the press conferences, to ask some of these questions. I might got an inbox her today to see if she can ask some questions at the presser tomorrow, because I definitely got some questions that need to get answered after this. Let's see. Derek says give a 14 points in 3 minutes. Defense did not play well. Well, it's called situational football for a reason. Defense played well by holding down the top offense for most of the game, and they had to get those 15 points in the last 3 minutes. So if it was really that bad, they would have blown us out like they did other teams putting up 47 and 51. So before you start saying the defense is trash, look at the whole product, not just at a snippet of it. Football is not just a part of the game, 10 minutes of a game. It's all 60 minutes. You got to look at the whole picture. Please, people, look at the whole picture. Oh, come on, Brian. You blaming Manusky. He's been undoubtedly one of the best coaches on his staff all season, being consistent, working with players getting hurt. and rookies in his core, and people stepping up and making plays, things are going to happen. We know we have the toughest schedule at this point. We have the easiest schedule going forward with under 500 opponents. Who knows what can happen? But right now, everybody's gloom and doom. I understand. It's a loss. It was a bad loss. Everybody talking about it. I can dig it. Yeah, the intentional grounding was a bad timing. Shouldn't have, I say run the ball. Miscommunication between Crowder and Kurt. Unfortunately, it was at the bad time after they had 3 beautiful plays to get down the field. But Jay should have ran the ball. I don't know why he didn't. What can we do? Sean, by the offensive coordinator, I started a hashtag a couple of weeks ago, Bill Callahan for OC. You best believe it's going to be started again this week because, like I said, I'm not really mad at Jay. It's just that one thing, but he called a pretty good game. That's the most frustrating part about it, I guess. He did exactly what you want to do to win the game, and unfortunately, when it came down, the pressure got there. 1 or 2 bad calls, 1 or 2 momentum swings, and unfortunately, we take the L instead of taking the W. What can you do? Yeah, Jay does try to get too cute and try to outthink folks when we all know he isn't the smartest person in the room. That was one of the first things he said when he came on board. So I don't know why he keeps on trying to outsmart and outthink people instead of just playing football. Rune said what was Cousin doing at the end of the fourth. I don't know, man. It was just like they could be considered a total meltdown as a team. I don't know. But like I say, it's a game. It was a good game. Unfortunately, I've been in battles like that before that it comes down to 1 or 2 crucial plays at the end when you feel you should have won. And, yeah, it hurts. It stings. But what can you do? Daniel said he'd take over 106.7. Man, we shouldn't even take it over. We should just take them off the air because they don't do nothing but spout BS anyway. Mike says Bruce Allen needs to go. Bright spots for Doxson and Perrine. Definitely. We mentioned our Kurt having chemistry with Doxson. Perrine looked the most assertive today. I just don't like the way he's still hesitant to bounce it outside. He had a couple of times where his block sealed to the inside and he could have bounced it outside, but he didn't. And I think that came to bite us in the ass on that 3rd and 1 when Niles went to block outside thinking he was going to cut inside, and he missed the play on the inside because the defender knew that he's going to cut inside instead of cutting outside. So I've been seeing that, and I was hoping that he would start bouncing out more, but hopefully he will start to do that. But he definitely was a bright spot. Let's see.
Carol, real quick.
Go ahead, Rob.
All right, well, I just wanted to give my overall take, and then I'm going to have to run real fast. But I appreciate all the breakdown. I think that it's been good so far. And, yeah, I was frustrated. I thought we played a better game overall than I thought we were going to. I thought that, we really had some opportunities down the stretch. It's just a couple of plays away. I know we have some disagreements on a couple of those plays, but overall I was really happy with how the Redskins played. And my big concern at this point is the Chris Thompson injury. If he's out for the rest of the season, I don't know how many more wins we're going to get. So it's definitely going to be a difficult end of the season, but, I'm a Redskins fan all the way through and through no matter what it ends up being. But I'm going to run real quick, but I'll let you sort of answer some of your thoughts on Chris Thompson and the running game. I got
to get ready to get back to work, so I got to get ready to wrap up. All right, Robbie, I'll catch you tomorrow, man.
All right,
the Chris Thompson, the way it looked with them taking him off in the air cast, it don't look too good at all. It might be a broken ankle. Hopefully it might be like a high ankle sprain, but 9 times out of 10, with him not being able to put any pressure on it, it might be a broken ankle or leg. So it's definitely something we're going to have to watch. Johnny says, Robbie, stop going to Doxson. I don't know, Johnny. The same way we stopped running the ball, the same way we stopped giving Perrine the ball and started running Chris Thompson up the middle. I don't know, man. That's Jay and Jay Gruden football, I guess. Sean said, yeah, the defense played well, situational ball in the last 2 minutes. Yeah, true that. Let's see. Say we're a soft football team with a soft head. I can't say we're a soft team. We have soft moments, but this team has played and scrapped all year with all the stuff that's going on. So, I'm not going to say that they're soft, but we definitely can toughen up with Jay's soft training camps and preseasons, definitely. I can't say Kurt folded. He made some bad decisions, but he made some pinpoint accurate throws. He stuck in the pocket and took some hits when they was bringing their all-out blitz. And he controlled the time, controlled the game. He got a couple of offsides. even with, being away on the road, getting the defense to jump. So I can't say that he folded, but he didn't seize the moment, I'd rather say. Out of time, that's why he most likely didn't run. Yeah, but we were on the 34. You run the ball to the middle with 31 seconds left, get the kicker in the center, you spike the ball with 2 seconds left, you bring on the field goal unit, kick the damn ball. That's what you do. That's situational football. That's coaching 101 when you are an offensive coordinator. That's just the way I look at it. I'm a defensive coordinator. It just makes sense to me. Let's see. Say the defense quit. Nah, I can't agree with that. Yeah, the intentional ground was definitely a miscommunication. Definitely. You said we had the game. Should have kicked the field goal on 32. Agreed, Larry. I don't know why he threw the ball for the intentional grounding. Yeah, Raheem said we should have ran the ball, quarterback draw. Yeah, now it's Paul up the gut. Why would you do off tackle? That takes more time to develop, more time to push. You saw when the Saints had 4th and 1, what they do? Drew Brees up the middle. He's the smallest dude on the damn field, but they gave him the ball. Let's see. Stephon said, how could I be happy? I'm not happy, but you have to look at the whole product. I guess because I have a coach/player mentality, I look at the whole game. I know the result was a loss, but the offense was played almost a complete game, putting up points. Didn't really have too many bad plays, had a couple of penalties. The defense stepped up, played ball, kept harassing Drew. They were putting up 47, 50 points on people, turning the game one-dimensional where teams would have to pass, and they running up 300 yards, rushing on teams. I'm not saying I'm happy, but, we're going up against some of the better teams in the league, and I know we're losing, and there's no such thing as moral victories, but like I mentioned, the Monday Night Football game against the Eagles a few years ago when Michael Vick made us look like we're a Division III college team. So it's not that I'm happy about the loss. It's just that I understand that, any given Sunday, anything can happen. This should have been a win. Unfortunately, it wasn't. And, next week, Thursday, we got the Giants. They played a tough game with the Chiefs today. I believe they might have won. I got to check the score. I think they won in overtime themselves. So, they always play us tough. So they got to be ready for that game. Can't dwell on this. And they got to look at the next games and try to win them all. We have a schedule with, under 500 teams, so we got to take care of it. Yeah, we are still injured, Steve. Yeah, and he said Thompson done for the year. That's what I figured also. Yeah, half the team is gone, Larry. That's why I say about the soft training camp by Jay. I don't know. It's been 2 years in a row, and he's been doing the same thing. I hope that something changes, even with them changing the strength and conditioning coach, even though he related to him, which I don't know how good he is or whatever. But, it is what it is. Yeah, JB&J has a banner run, true. Well, I mean, when you got an all-out blitz coming, the team knows that you're in 3 wide receiver without max protect, and you got an extra man coming. I mean, Kurt's not Superman. What you expect him to do? I mean, it's a numbers game. If you're trying to get down the field and the other team is bringing 6 and you only got 5 to block or bringing 7, what is Kurt supposed to do? He's going to take the sack or get an intentional grounding or throw an interception. That's football. That's called situational football. They did it right. We didn't. They won. Now we're going to get on the Kurt hate. I'm not even going to acknowledge the Kurt hate. The man is the best person fit for the job right now. He has the leverage. We have nobody else. It's the market value. If you don't like it, ain't nothing you can do. Start watching football. Said Steve Spurrier. I can't even say that's going way far back. I mean, we definitely got past the Spurrier era. But Rick said he's shell-shocked. I knew it was going to come down to a tight one. I ain't going to say I'm disappointed or blown, but any given Sunday, man, any given Sunday. Yeah, Greg Gruden, I wouldn't say horrible, but he has a lot of room for growth. Trust that. Say Gruden's the worst play call ever. In certain aspects, he definitely is. He definitely is. Let's see. Dane says we aren't happy, but we know the game was a complete shit even. Yeah, true. Oh, the Giants did win? All right, yeah, John. I thought I did see them scoring overtime on the red zone. Let's see. I wish I could answer all of them. Damn, Robbie said Chris Thompson has a broken fibula. Will need surgery. Yeah, I figured that it was. All right, y'all. I appreciate all the comments. Appreciate y'all riding with me, even though I got on my soapbox a couple of times a day. I got to get ready to get back to work and get back on the grind. Lucky I have a job flexible enough that I could take off and spend time with y'all. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night. True Radio Network, Sports on the Hill podcast, starting at 7 o'clock Eastern. We'll have a Facebook Live simulcast. I'm going to see if I can get the Twitter Live feed up, too. See if I got enough bandwidth to get that going. We got the Caps Talk from 7 to 7:30. Wiz Talk from 7:30 to 8. You heard Robbie mention about John Wall not playing tonight. Playing tomorrow night. We'll be bringing you that game. We'll give you live updates. We'll talk Redskins, this unfortunate loss, and Redskins talk at 8 after our music break. And at 8:30, we'll probably get into NHRA and NCAA football. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Let me go get back on the grind. CP3, Sports on the Hill podcast, True Radio Network. Our network is better than yours. DC Sports Other Politics. We're more than just radio. Y'all be easy, stay blessed, and as always, even in the loss, hail to the Redskins.